bond markets have gone berserk.
Yeah.
As you said at the beginning of our chat, they've gone parabolic in terms of prices. Yields absolutely collapsing. The entire German curve is now negative. As you look at the economy and you look at the bond markets, how out of kilter are they? I'm trying to work out how overvalued bonds are right now.
I think,
if at all.
I think there's an argument now with this last move in bonds that they're basically in a bubble. I mean, people made that argument in 2012 when they first went negative.
Yep.
And we forgot about it for a few years, and I think it's time to make that argument again because it's clearly ludicrous what these bonds are yielding at the moment. And I think for me it's very simple. We've misunderstood one of the key effects of QE, or we haven't thought about it in the right way. Really, what are we doing is central banks have withdrawn a whole bunch of private sector assets from the market, and there's more money chasing less assets. So of course you get these ridiculous yields that people rationalise, but it's clearly absurd if you're paying you're getting a negative return to buy something. It doesn't make sense.
Is it absurd? Because the US there's kind of US editorials being written about this, US headlines being written about this. Is it insane to talk about the fact that the US could end up in negative territory?
Well, I don't think it will. I think we've turned on the 30-year cycle in yields, and I don't think we'll make a new low on US 10 years. But it's, I can see why people would make the argument. The demographics in the US are distinctly different from what they are in the Eurozone and Japan. And in fact, that's one of the great drivers of bond yields over the medium term. Equally, the productivity trends are distinctly different in the US as they are from in Japan and the Eurozone. They're much better. You've got much more flexibility and dynamism in the economy. So I don't think US 10-year yields will go below their all-time low at 135 or whatever the number was around there. So no, I don't think. I understand people make that argument. I don't think it's.
What about Germany? What do you make of the argument when people say you can see bunds at negative 80 bips?
Well, that's plausible. I mean, it's absurd though. I mean, you look at a 500-year chart of bond yields. They don't go negative. It's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, but you look at a long-term chart of bond yields and it's just been going in one direction.
Only since the 70s. The average long-term yield is about 2.5% on 10 years.